Dog, bibi aboko there.
Nyakupa daroma me hoye pa.
Nice. You
know
what? I radia dom kakra mi gusun kakra sa. Pa. Mijidi yese jumon bibia ye poko.
Oh, nyame adom. Yesu Kristo daroma. Nyame adom bibi aboko. I hope so wonso hoye pa.
Radia dom kakra.
Issues today there wa can be brave. There near dey chase.
Yeah, the current issue has to do with Abronye. Now, this is a party chairman of Bono of your own party, the NPP, and I'm sure you party again Semwa Sebi Waka consistently. One that has hit Ama Sisi Ama Nwaba ASM has to do with the comments that he made Akwetia, and then the IGP matters arising from there. But I want to start with the Abronye's case. Me sure say what's your take on that?
Mate, but no comment.
Why?
Nothing. TM proceeded to.
But that's your party chairman.
I know.
Into party chairman, I idea now to mean kahonshe.
Me say mate, but no comment.
Why won't you comment?
Am I forced to comment on everything?
You are not forced to comment on
so
anything.
Let's proceed to other issues.
But then how?
No comment.
As a party, you want to come to power, nonsense same way. CC people believe that my party no muguno. Oh, okay.
Yeah, one a bit more go MP.
And I say muguna bronye guno. That those are the perceptions that are happening.
No, be anti me go MPP.
But are you weak?
Are you weak? But temporary. Oh, of course. Oh, share your performance over the last election. Now, oh, share performance of the government. You can clearly see in the heart and the minds of Ghanaians, you know. GDR no more MPP more prior to 2016 elections, based on the performance of Kufuor government. You could see clearly say ever form. You don't need a research to confirm that. And the results of 2008 clearly demonstrates that Ghanaians were having a highest level of confidence in MPP because the way NDC a braye and San Omoji to me a free and same in 2008 after say 8 years in government. Election has to go second round to even extend of say time and they decide there. What was the vote difference? Males at the BT your candidate then was 40,000 votes. And also even the parliamentary performance in 2008 9 seats per NDC for the chair. Yenya 107, NDC nya 116. That to 2000. That time so NDC no manya 8 years. Ewa bemu na ye then ye 2 of my free so. Election they call second round. Okay. But a call second round. 92.9. Your candidate then enya 56%. Oshe parliamentary performance enya 99 against NDC 92 and Professor Mills 43.1%. Compare that data to 2008. You could see clearly say after NDC etna abamu 8 years 2002 more free so no a second round, but even first round now your candidate any lady second round and no be gabunim to 56% towards overwhelmingly endorsement from the Ghanaian people. Parliament and I bet Marka said there no more difference in 99 and 92 for 2008 has to go second round where time as a deciding effect 40,000 difference 2,881,000 difference between NPP and NDC. Time of NDC the 8 years 2 of my free abayam. Now over here 2000 even it's 2016. Sometimes when NDC try another 8 years. Election they call first round defeat. But the gap was 984,000. Osha parliamentary seat difference now was just 63 between us and the NDC. 2024, it was first round defeat, over 1.7 million votes difference. It didn't see that. It has never happened. Even when you take historical data, say whether say party or abemu, party or opposition, now we're dincho. No candidate has been defeated by that margin. No candidate. And now we the boycott of NPP of 1982 parliamentary elections. Now over 1985 for a contest in 65 thereabout. Say aban party ewa abemu na wo free abemu na parliamentary defeat we dincho with 95 seats. He been see that. It has never happened. 2000 was a fair cycle of change of government after 8 years. What was the difference of this parliamentary performance? 7 seats. 2008 was the second time of 8-year cycle of change of government. What was the parliamentary seat difference between NPP and the NDC? It was just 9. 2016 was the third 8-year cycle of change of government. What was the parliamentary difference between NPP and NDC? It was 63. 2024 was the fourth time an 8-year cycle of change of government has happened. What was the parliamentary difference? 95. Now it is 96 after losing Akwatia by elections. These are just generals. So this should clearly tell you, say, MPP engineer Ghana for GDA near MPP mono echo form. And party nani monyam echo form. And bibia show say MPP and sakra niemom and reposition itself and repackaging itself and rebranding itself in terms of message, in terms of the personalities that lead the party. Bibia no a say 2028, less than 4 years with this magnitude of defeat, you can overturn the verdict. Unless Mahama perform abysmally worse than the last 4 years of Akufo-Addo's government, 2021-2024. Until Mahama perform abysmally to the point that dollar has hit 20 cedis, inflation has hit bare 60 cedis. Okay, people investment are still being haircutted, and all those bad economic conditions are Ghanaians aging out so the PAMO MPP. Unless Mahama take it to extreme, and so now manya enough justification to say that they did not NDC for or mobile yen data no yen economic performance data no. Ours no kura na musu say enye no. Look at what the NDC have done. So until NDC fail in all the benchmarks, now also the same set of people, a committee Mahama and the NDC, whichever candidate, you are a joke as a political party.
But the argument has always been say John Mahama own Genevieve just as we know.
I was coming to that. Nanado contested against Mills.
Yes.
In 2008.
Yes.
2012, Nanka Mills Etiasia, he will have been the obvious candidate and Nanado Beden ebe contested against. Unfortunately, Name Eto Nensafred. So 2012, a fresh candidate from the NDC was elected on 31st August. 3 months of campaigning. Okay? He still defeated an old candidate, an old face of the NPP. So even if you base on that scenario, that historical data, now of marching forward to 2028, it's also going to happen the same thing. NPP, let's assume without admitting that they are going to present Baumia, a no face. 2012 Akufo-Addo, a no face. NDC will present a fresh candidate. 2012 Mahama, a fresh candidate. What was the outcome of 2012 and what will be the outcome of 2028? So to make an infantile analysis to say 2028 NDC will or bring a fresh candidate. So your old candidate can automatically defeat him. Now one can data analysis as
but Dr.
politics as it.
Doctor, do you believe in consistency?
So we are starting from the NPP side.
NPP side now. So now, what me at say the last 4 years of the NPP, Anko ye Ghana, I'm probably the electorate intina omuji omufimo. So clearly, it means that the NPP has a lot of work to do to position well.
MPP were Jumaya because you see, prior to 2016 elections, and Oma Ben Ghana for Jina Soa enti Omoma Mahama that overwhelming defeat. And Oma B Enomujina so. One they refer to Mahama as incompetent from the MPP side. It was Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Nana Akufo-Addo did not refer to Mahama as incompetent. Ebi oka kra na enye profound said there be awaka. But Mahmoud Baumia and introduce incompetent into our body politics. The entire man introduced that terminology. It was based on the fact that Mahama was not able to manage the exchange rate. They were incompetent. At that time, not dollar to CD ASN. Mahmoud Baumia so describing Mahama as incompetent. It was $1, 3 cedis rising to 4 cedis. Okay? And that narrative SNK deep into the hearts and minds of Ghanaians say, indeed, Mahama is incompetent because untimi manage the exchange rate of the country. Mahama was also again described as incompetent, but the same Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, because Mahama has gone to the IMF program and will give us solutions they implement here. We should have gone to IMF. So Mahama is incompetent. Mahama was also described as incompetent because ne dun so Ghana for. Okay, and was not able to deal with it. So he was described as such. Mahama was again described as incompetent because inflation was rising between 16 and 17%. And Ghana for all the solutions that we proposed to them, Omuhu said, indeed, we have a superior economic acumen to turn things around, unlike Mahama, who is incompetent based on the factors that I've listed. So, power was given to us. You call IMF now. So, are we incompetent? Based on Mahmoud Baumia or the Bo Mahama prior to 2016, or IMF, or you're incompetent, you describe your massage. Now you have become a candidate. Your own party has gone to the same IMF. Are you not incompetent? And even at the time Mahama went to the IMF in 2016, did we go through debt restructuring to the point say you had cut people's investment? Be happy. But our IMF now kono kradi and yes we kwa Ghana for investment or my in certain bonds and others we still touch it. Companies investment, individuals investment, pensioners investment, we touch it even before Utimi qualify to IMF. That means incompetence no one take it to the extreme. If you are judging you by your own words, or what did they make sure? Doom so prior to 2024 elections, are we not experiencing doom so? So were MPP at that time, were you incompetent? Based on what you said in 2016. Inflation could rule say Mahama time was 17.45 thereabout. He was described as incompetent by our candidate for 2024. Your own government, you are going to an election and inflation was moving 56 there to say it was coming down 40, 49, 31 and thereabout. So incompetence in the judgment of Ghanaian people, you took it to very extreme. So, enoma bia oka ye, oka chere Mr. Atta. Say honestly, you're very incompetent and inefficient because he was not able to answer your 170 questions. And Mr. Atta a free power no that 170 questions now went to me answer. No. It was still lying on the desk of the vice president. You came to office 8 years in office as a vice president. Were you able to answer your own 170 questions you gave to Mr. Atta? If you were able to answer that same 170 questions, I would demand Mr. Atta na kayanko IMF. Ka inflation could do baby a drew, you know. Ka dollar uncle drew baby a drew, you know. Ka yanko in here cut people's investment. Ka you experience doing so under your watch. Ka you experience corruption under your watch. But you feel as a teacher, as a lecturer, that you have set your own 170 questions. You fail to answer that 170 questions. When the opportunity was given to you, and you inherited your own questions as part of handing over notes, you fail to answer those questions. So incompetence, no, you took it to a extreme.
Obibeka said no a vice president. No, yeah.
And Mr. Atta, no a president. Now man that question. Adia mi chria nebo trobojo. And you only speak the truth when it favors you. Oh no, a president. And I'm on that question. So you were giving someone question, knowing clearly that the person is just a vice president. No. And to asumu, you cannot convince any level-headed person. So if $1 to 4 cedis was described as incompetence, was justified, we believe so. We accepted your narrative. We voted for you. You came to office, you took the dollar to 17 cedis, 16 cedis, 15 cedis, 14 cedis, whatever you justify. Okay, even if you took it to 7 cedis, it's still higher than the 7 cedis, 4 cedis you came to meet. But also, there be old time there, $1 to 17 cedis, yen jintum, wabo homoden is better than $1 to 4 cedis. Sa argument we nyansa ni me beto Ghana ni etrim zo nkoto abama. Okape every problem, every failure the government encounter here. The only difference was Russia-Ukraine war, COVID-19. Russia-Ukraine war, COVID-19.
Now, Dr. Nyanokre, I mean, if
prior to that, I wrote an article.
Yes, I read that.
And most people it taking me on a wrong understanding. You see, Russia-Ukraine war. Still no more kwana. Obajantokwa. Omujantokwa. Okay. See, say a cost stroke kakra. And this is why I cited Russia-Ukraine war. NPP now no issue Russia-Ukraine war as a defense to the rising of the cedi to dollar. Was cited Russia-Ukraine war.
Kessben 92.
Russia for money, Ukraine are they still not fighting? The moment you have stopped Russia-Ukraine war as an example to your failure, as a defense to your failure. COVID-19, even Russia-Ukraine war, at the time Russia-Ukraine was, it was even at the highest peak, was even a certain highest moderation. Almost all the countries surrounding Russia, Ukraine, that geographical zone, they were doing very well economically. I wrote an article about 7 countries.
I think Slovakia.
All of them were doing well. Their inflations were on point. Their currency were on point. And some of them who even went to IMF, none of them the investment of their citizens and the companies operating within their jurisdiction. So that argument was not making sense.
So it was basically incompetence?
Of course, you took it to the extreme.
So that incompetence now
COVID-19. It was a global issue.
Yes.
affected a lot of countries.
Sure.
Ghana nipa dodo say anywhere. Less than 2,000.
Yeah, and those are BS.
US nipa dodo say anywhere. Millions,
yes.
60 millions. Italy 30 millions.
Yes.
Millions of
Too
population.
Many. Spain, I mean,
it was millions.
Yeah.
But they were able to what? Manage the economy, sustain the economy. Wow, were less than 2,000 people and they are affected. You were crying. So because of that, and now to manage your economy. World Bank gave you support. Countries gave you support. IMF gave you support. What was the use of the money? How did you even use the money? So, young gentlemen say, you failure. That is a fact. You failed. You cannot argue. You cannot defend it. You failed completely. Admit it. Apologize. Bring new set of people that Ghanaian can say, after this new set of people, we can have certain kind of trust in their leadership.
Dr. Yanko, I don't know if say the new set of people ever. I mean, for what? I mean, we'll be you're trying to test no can abaya na ewo for the past 8 years. Omo I didn't know omo kwan na omo embe correct all the wrongs. Now omo correct omo yeah because they have the experience. Why do you want to bring somebody new for us to also do another try and error?
I don't need dig Ghana nyano. Okay, any dig Ghana nyano. They say mama question the lessons. Yasade na baby. Dollar no what manage which is lessons from opposition. The own budget made the copy baha. You were 9th month of the year.
Yeah.
2025 budget. The November they are going to present to us 2026 budget.
Yeah.
Offer the budget now. Mama budget. Eba.
Kessben 92.9.
Mama 2025 budget. Section 56. Yemusa and said the debts not listed wahano. 1.73 billion debt owed to independent power producers, 68 billion owed by Electricity Company of Ghana, 32 billion owed by Ghana Cocoa Board, 5.75 billion owed by Road Fund. 9 months of the year. 9 months to the implementation of a 2025 budget. What is the state of these debts? We should be able to ask him. Okay? Or the other areas Mama talk about big push. What is the state of the big push? What in was him? Big push in what in was him? Maybe so.
Oh, Mama, this I can't want someone. I mean,
it is in their budget.
Yes.
They allocated money to it.
Yes.
Project Benomaya is classified under big push. 9 months, aka 3 months to the end of the year. Yeah, exhausted the budget. 24-hour economy. It was captured in the budget. Aka 3 months to the end of the year. 24-hour economy now. I can't no budget no. Yetimaye. The debate no more opposition. Oba Bamudi and Wetimaye. O first budget could have went to implement it. 8 years of lessons. Mahama came back. He's still not able to demonstrate to us we're seeing less be from opposition. Also by the end of 2025, overall rare GDP growth of at least 4.0%. Non-oil rare GDP growth of at least 4.8%. End period inflation rate of 11.9%. Then because now we heard the trend of the inflation going down. It's very likely they'll be able to achieve it.
Sure.
That one there.
Sure.
Yeah, let's put politics aside.
Sure.
They'll be able to achieve that.
Sure.
And primary balance on commitment basis are surplus of 1.5% of GDP. I doubt. Okay. Oba Omo what do you call it? Like I was saying, big push, right?
Yeah, big push.
Budget said no what they call big push. Are you aware of that budget?
name figures, but I think we're looking.
See, Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 13.85 billion for the Big Push program. 9 months. Me who project is under Big Push. I'm here to see one. I haven't seen any project that Mahama has commissioned 9 months into his office. What will be? Say Mahama could commission project to be 9 months into his administration. And now Master T project be under Big Push that they allocated 13.85 billion for it. What will be? You haven't seen it. Me who some headlines. I almost say gold board.
Yes.
Exported 6.3 billion of gold. Okay, Matthias here. Let's go to page 57. Also, Mr. Speaker, we will provide a CD equivalent of $279 million as revolving fund for the Ghana Gold Board to be able to purchase and export at least 3 tons of gold per week from small-scale miners and all that. So that's $6.3 billion per their budget. Almost $279 million. So, $279 million, I don't know what they are yet good in Huajuma. I'm yet to export 6.3 billion of gold, and it is more than that. It is more than that. We are supposed to know. And why must you spend outside the budget that was presented to Parliament, approved by Parliament? All these are questions that Nyameya Adom na afene kwa.
Sure,
we will subject them to strict scrutiny, page by page of their own 2025 budget. Then we will question them. 2025 no kura went to many. So what is the assurance that the new budget you are presenting to us for 2026 you can implement it? And now ebe carry forward into the 2026 budget.
Maybe.
And also ebe program went to manya wa. Who carry forward it to 2026 and I say it has just been abandoned the 2025 budget. We hold them to their words. But we still have an internal issues that we also need to deal with it and make sure say NPP will be made to my peripheral. And the internal contest, the internal debate are all a healthy discussions. A timima party, no, a timi ejina brand. Because for me, if you were a presidential candidate for 2024, and I'm pointing out to you by data, by facts, not by insult, that you didn't do well, okay? As a one can also go looking at the data. Now one can what them now she say, and say my mouth for about data you win. A yampa na yampa. Now that should be crowned if an unlikely event. I am giving a chance to lead the party. What can I do differently to make sure say I'll perform better than what I did in 2024?
No.
Don't take it as an insult.
Yes, but so
you can't say we shouldn't criticize you.
But Doc,
because you criticize people.
Yes, but Doc, I know catch you. I mean, my point here again is that I then am with the suboa sebi ne master woho ne master anase nipa na ese de subo bono eye ore kufuado ono no eye na bedi echiri aye friend vice president. What I say? And na CCA or person obedi eye party n'animo na CCA no mode mantle ne mano na fi ono akase tumi a voice out no gina ne na so se bema na oye de ese ne de fata ade na mode me boss bo me sa
Kessben 92.9 Bebiati
Tinao nim say on your boss and akwaka say when the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you. Now on your boss, and I say, I've arrested the dollar, giving the keys to the IGP. Now one can say, on your boss, and I say, take questions. 170 miles will be on also on your boss. Say one answer. We see no conveyance, say one answer. Obi nyendi pan chen will be you. What did I make sure? Me politics now, me, you know. I don't do politics, you only speak truth when it favors you, or you only speak truth when it favors NPP. No, I don't do that. You can like me, you can despise me, it's none of my business. And the day I don't come to you for chop money. My daily bread is not in your pocket. I will say it the way it is. I don't know see if he's there. I don't know be president in my kind of crash. Oh, my opportunity. I will not even waste my time to come to you. My party was in government for 8 years. I was never a government appointee. I only worked as a civil servant at NLA for 2 years, 7 months. And I resigned. NDC wa Bemu. Manya Hiyama Mahama. Can I go to Mahama and say my appointment? I would never do that nonsense. What I say? But all of us, we want NPP to be vibrant. We want NPP to be attractive. Doctor. And what we can do to make NPP attractive is accepting our mistakes, accepting our failures, okay, and be men and women of integrity. We can even have to speak the truth to ourselves, speak truth to data when even it helps. And not Ghana for me and who say no, these are a new crop of people. But I'm defending the bad records of the government my opposition.
Doctor, in all
defending
this,
on what basis?
In all this,
can you defend $1 to 17 cities? Can you defend higher inflation 50 states and thereabout?
It was the NPP who was in government.
So that's what I'm saying. So I can't come here. I'm saying that I can't come here and defend such failures. I must admit that they were failures. Where the government did well, I must praise it. Where we fail, I must expose it. That is how you do politics in the interest of the nation.
At this point, when Anna or the new face you think so be to me, am I the game changer? Am I the NPP?
Man, honestly, per my write-ups, per my public utterances, everybody know where I stand. I am for a new face. I am for change, and the change, I think, Dr. Brian Champon will be an ideal candidate. And I have 3 candidates in mind, but my obvious choice is Dr. Brian Champon.
I didn't tell.
Because, see, NPP need a new person. Nipano, ebetimia introduce a fresh message. A fresh message. You see, the NPP for monitor carefully after the loss of Mahama in 2016. Look at their 2020 campaign message and 2024 campaign message. Mahama was more emphasizing on a fresh message. NDC were not talking about their track record because their track record was nothing to write home about. So they were dealing with a fresh message of big push, 24-hour economy, that. The record that they got now, okay, and yet encouraging. You need a candidate with a fresh message. Even if Mahmoud Bawumia na party for the paper, you need a fresh message. Don't dwell too much on the past record because the past record was abysmal. A fresh message, just like Mahama did. But we are party communicators, you are radio and TV. Yeah. Freshness be no more debate system. After 2016 elections, before 2016 elections, NDC, you could see Okujeto, Felix, stand up that at the forefront. All of them require back. They push Sami Jamfi, Erika J, Abbas Nudi, Bitri, that to the forefront. Okay? Because these are people that can introduce a fresh dynamism, a fresh message into the system. 2024, it's about strategy. It's like Germany share Brazil 7-0 or 7-1. You have to dissolve that team and restructure again. NPP defeat you know, and you praise Yasemo. It's not a praising matter.
Kessben 92.9.
And unfortunately for us, Yen Shia Mahama BM near redeem yourself. Mama baby no could redeem himself. By a money defeat in 2016, now 84,000 difference, 63 parliamentary seat difference. When you are Abe redeeming himself as I finish here in 2024. But when you say Shia Mahama BM, the record is still there. We beat you over 1.7 million votes. We beat you over 96 seats. You can never redeem yourself against Mahama.
Or the title no call.
What they call forever. Who did they make sure? Tizi, senior, easy. You see, easy. Easy.
But why Brian?
Because I think that Brian Champon coming from Ashanti Eastern, with a business background. You see, one of the constituencies of NPP and my yes strong power. I believe we say we were better managers of the economy. Was the business community. So for business people, 10. At the peak, an NPP are very attractive.
Kessben 92.9.
But they say NDC so are attractive. If a typical businessman for 10 years, a 7 will be willing to support NPP than NDC. But they are quite now opposition. Businessmen for Ben and are willingly, enthusiastically, on Becca say, with the resources ebe boa NPP. Wa moano, usa gunejuma, usa hurting investment, u destroy the purchasing power, usa shinisika with the exchange rate fluctuations, and all other factors. Middle class and so are not sebi. Yeah, the boy and what's for him say NPP is made up of middle class. We collapse banks where we could have used turnaround solution to save those banks. Most people are still sitting at home.
Sure.
Okay, the intellectual community are now so far lecturers. Bear 10, 6 will have opted for NPP instead of NDC. Near no relationship to same. Civil society organizations we share prior to 2016. The way the civil society organizations help the NPP about power. We treated them as enemies. The media, for even the print media. So print media near bear 25 a bear 20 pro NPP papers. Radio station here bear 300 a bear 200 pro NPP stations. The last election 2024, go and check all their soundbite. But was in a free Kessben studio. The spokesperson for Baumia's campaign team. Obaha how many times?
92.9.
Oko Angel FM how many times? Oko what the other station how many times? Asempa
Kessben 92.9.
was an agenda platform for them. The Ghana for
Kessben 92.9.
Ghana for no Asempa Ekosi Sengwano Mutie. Even your own media people, you were selective, even with your agenda. Then now I got now opposition, and I said that same media station should come to your rescue. When you're serious, so we need a candidate. One, the business community, no, able to a certain kind of confidence be in such a person. Where the yanina ne diga, yanina ne business. Tis our case of Baba, I'm a business, Akuya, ye beti mania de, GDA den, ewonimo. Intellectually, he has also developed himself. He can easily liaise with academia, the COSOs and all that. Okay. To your constituencies now, you need a candidate. He can easily win those people's back. It's difficult, yeah, but they can easily win those people's back. If I'm a business person, now, Sebi, the last 4 years before the exit of NPP's government, my businesses suffer a lot, my investment suffer a lot. Now did that same candidate eba me ho be catch me say me nya gidi e woni mu for 2028. We patch o question be na bebu sa candidate. Enye bibia na mpenfo ne kan wa bontin o. Kwabna Kessben, the last 8 years of NPP government, dear Pano Betty business in a book akase. We na mitimi nya free NPP government. Menye spokesperson.
No, so a businessman to any juma.
But see me the spokesperson, but I doubt say be or benefit anything from the government. How can you have a whole region? You have several road contractors. Your stronghold. Sebi. Uninya Sakrana identify those road contractors. Would you move 1 kilometer? 0.5 kilometer. That is how you spread wealth. That is how you share wealth. But Kobase road be a region over 90%, 1 person in the area. Does it make sense to you? Are you distributing wealth? Are you doing equitable distribution of wealth?
Wow.
So many things went wrong.
Okay.
And I don't think that presenting the say, you see, and sometimes you have to be very, very honest. Make sure I say me give you all the benchmarks and the indicators.
Yes.
Mama the cotton you're also describing as incompetent. Match that same benchmarks a day and cotton in 2024. Yeah, dear, no say incompetence is super extreme.
Okay.
You can't bring that same people to the Ghanaian people to convince them to come and do what?
So we need a freshman.
Fresh candidate, fresh ideas, fresh message, and a new set of people.
Meba na
steer the affairs of the party,
okay,
to turn the fortunes of the party,
okay,
and make the party attractive and acceptable to the Ghanaian people.
Okay, so meba na yaba be din komo na me can say dog the same personality o kind of want say me and ya to say you say he's engaging what tribal politics and say what can same bia any say or can with regards to previous election. Again, like you said, data I mean is key. So Okoboso says say NEC and into no say anya careful near kofa the same candidate by ye be shre numbers be brave if the northern sector of this country and say their course war previous election no anya their a cool year, but the perception out there is that preachy tribalism, tribal politics no you know.
One for my crack, I may be some answer. Dr. Brian Champon were engaging in tribalism.
Okay.
Were engaging in tribalism. So because in the north, Boko precisely, and across the countries, 2 ethnic groups, Kusasi and Mamprusi, they have issue and into affect your performance. And when you take these 2 tribes together, Kusasis and also Chairman Prusi. It's like say a bono doma hene there be a odi otumfo anim etwitwifo. Na asantefo ne bono fo akonya issue. Though there are 2 tribes, but in terms of numbers, untimi mfa doma for emetoto asantefo. So he was making reference that because of these 2 issues between Mamprusi and Kusasis, and considering the fact that if you look at the demographics, the population, the Kusasis no endorse change Mamprusi for. No affect your performance until that issue is addressed. If you present the candidate now, his ethnic group, a minority, a heavy issue with the dominant ethnic group of Kusasi, it will be difficult to get the votes from the Kusasis people. What did I mention? So we should rethink as far as electing a candidate is concerned, and then also affecting your performance, especially in the Kusasi areas. Too far Zongos, even in the south, our Kusasis for those, so it was hugely affected our performance. At Honorable Collins, Kra Emeki, that statement said Kusasi said what the constituencies know, they decided not to vote for him. When someone makes such argument based on data, won't mean tell me as preaching tribalism. No, he's speaking to statement of facts. Are they not fighting? They are. Was it not reflective on the election results? It was. They didn't hear tribalism. You can say that. Anytime be a minority for no, it's a play a victim card against the majority in this country. And it's something that we shouldn't tolerate it. We shouldn't accept it. To make us a bono doma hene edi asanti for any mu twitwifo Bedi Doma for them. Bedi Asante for them. My engaging tribalism. In that same context, how can you say Dr. Brian Champa was preaching tribalism? And even before making that even statement based on data, based on facts, he said, he's one of the person he doesn't believe, the narrative and the argument some people are making, say a Muslim cannot lead this country, an ordinary on the ticket of NPP cannot lead this country. He doesn't subscribe to that narrative because it creates divisions, and is not a subscriber to that kind of divisional tendencies and pronouncement. I want to man who I don't know penocresa. In any case, Minya also your Kojo for the Sebi Yami Ama Yadrian Mundo. Prior to 2023 primaries of the NPP, some of us, including myself, I wrote several articles that where NPP have reached, we need a non-account candidate. It was highly tribal political. The moment you say you don't need an account candidate, enough of account presidential candidates, this time we need a non-account candidate. Oseche Mensah Bozo and others take it to a extreme that we want a first Muslim president. Was it not tribalism? Was it not religious politicking?
Kessben
At that time, it favors you. You were quiet because you were a beneficiary. And the moment you say you don't want an account candidate, you want a non-account candidate, and it was an entrenched political tribal campaign, automatically, you knock off all the account presidential candidates from the race. You justify from Dankwa, Buzia, Professor Dubois, Kufo, Nana Kufado, Baumu, Dr. Baumiana says a time for Dombo to lead. Was it not tribalistic? Was it not religious campaign? So, when it favors you, it's good. When it go against you, hey, they are attacking me. Stop politics of attacks and insult. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to any rational human being. One Rebecca Chere Ghana for say NDC for Debiano a Christian to Jubilee House or there be a Bible and a president and vice president at this way and do time I say the Bible the Quran echo Jubilee House. Who said that? It was Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. It was not Dr. Brian Champa. Who told the NPP people, elect me as a flag bearer, I'll bring the northern votes, I'll bring the Zongo votes, I'll beat Muhammad in the northern and Zongo areas. Then Dr. Brian Champa says so. Was it not Dr. Mahmoud Baumia? Wasn't it a tribal religious campaign? What are they saying? What are they saying? They should be serious. Some of us, they are gullible and unlearned people. I wrote an article, 13 tribal and religious sins of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. And 30, and I'm reduced by 30. So, because we piano create arsenals for the NDC. Your wife, yourself, or Seche Mesambosu, all the people around you, Melestia, it was even more than 30. You enjoy it. You were happy. Then now we shall the Nasino. They are cover hodom now went to Mafa Muslim Vosama. Went to Mafa Zongo Vosama. No BA make a statement based on facts, based on data. You are saying the person preaching tribalism and religious politics. Dr. Brian Champa, Kennedy Japan, Educhum, Obia Kojina Bebiaka said, "Mo let him as a flag bearer. Now bring the Christian votes. Now bring the account votes. What check from Omanoda? I had to answer me in every Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, including the people around him. When we started the agenda, non-account candidate, no account candidate, time for Dombo to lead, time to produce Muslim president, was it not tribal, religious, politicking?
That the NPP was doing.
That was the NPP was doing. And you were a beneficiary. You kept quiet. So he must still keep quiet.
But I can't. Are you not comfortable with that?
And you see, when people may, I'll come to that Akana panel. That was that. Except Obaka said Nezri for.
Oh.
With the greatest of respect, because a nursery for who data da, yenchro mu data analysis da. Kura will not make that statement. They will not even make that statement. Okay? Oshe even per data. Over 2004 elections, based on 2000 election, for Professor Mills, 43.1%. 2004, it means they're not cast 7 pe. Udimi we need Kufo in 2004. Our enemy Busa. Offer Nana Kufuado. 2008, 40,586 votes, 0.46%. And I mean, it's defeated. It means that Kufuado here 0.23 plus 1 vote in 2012. Ekuwie is saying Muhammad Bitino by 325,000 votes. Ubi Ononaka 0.23% plus 1 vote. He lost an election. Osi akanaipe. Then this in Akase. Or 57 point something percent. Akase. It doesn't make sense.
It's not a good slogan to push edge
with the greatest of respect. With the greatest of respect. Okay? It doesn't make sense. Intellectually, it doesn't make sense. From layman perspective, it is a stupid slogan. Because facts and data doesn't support Akana Epe. And I told you, 2004, Professor Mills needs 7% based on his performance in 2000. He lost. Akufo-Addo, 2008, okay, he just needs 0.323% plus 1 vote in 2012. He lost. Even in 2024, based on our performance in 2020 election, it was 51.3%. That means we didn't need anything. We just needed to maintain it. You're free 38.2 with 96. What kind of joke analysis is that?
The X and I know I find no.
The S analysis, no. S na Kennedy so I'm finding na or more than na baby or more than nam no. And sometimes I'm a bomb pie say when uko school there's no curriculum. There's no university curriculum for wisdom. University be no bit much wisdom, bit much nyansa.
Okay.
Your co school ko pay him the knowledge. Uko school nyina bompaye nimpa fontana no mama onyansa. What did they make sure? And no question now ubusa no. NPP baby drew no. The X, the solution now was here almost finding or multi finding. The X is a change of leadership.
Okay.
The X is fresh message.
Okay.
The X is fresh hope. The X is bringing new personalities, men and men of integrity and trustworthy people. Ghanaians bet many confidence in them. The X, and yet repackaging a product that failed. A product that Ghanaians exhibited high vote of no confidence in such a product. In marketing, we call it product failure. That is not the X. The S is change of leadership, fresh message, fresh hope, fresh identity of personalities to steer the affairs of the party. And one thing I can say, and you're taking your research very seriously.
Yeah,
you see, and I will urge even NPP people and even Dr. Mahmoud Baumia set up, even on unlikely event. So NPP forecast say, fine, we should still let him go. They need to craft their message very well.
Okay.
You see, Ghana Hanum no National Chief Imam doesn't represent all Muslims. Oh yeah, we. National Peace Council. There were 3 Muslim sect leaders in the National Peace Council.
Yeah.
Ahmadiyya, Ali Sunnah, and Tijaniya.
Yeah.
National Chief Imam is a Tijaniya. Okay, Ahmadiyya for Ali Sunnah or there were other sect, Quadria and all that. There are about 6 in Ghana here.
Okay.
Shia Munina. So, a candidate, also a Muslim. Which sect of Muslim is he coming from? California one, They are not united. If they are united, only National Chief Imam will represent them on National Peace Council. Go to National Peace Council website right now. 3 Muslim said community and on National Peace Council. Betima Bobo Mudiama. Mohammed bin Salih representing Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Sheikh Salman Mohammed Hassan representing Al Sunnah community, and Sheikh Shaibu, the official spokesperson for Chief Imam, representing the Tijaniya community. So even if you are bringing a Muslim candidate, which set is it coming from? Is it the dominant Muslim set or a minority Muslim set? Even your Zongo constituencies, the reason why people don't do well the Zongo constituencies, Zongo Biano, Ofa baby a Chief Imam those constituencies.
Fadama area.
Yes.
Okaikwe Central.
You will predominantly have Tijaniya people there. Okay? Oko Quintampo, for instance, those who have Tijaniya Safi, or Horom headquarters, almost another set. What you say? So when you are even picking a Muslim candidate, the Zongo communities, you must identify the dominant Muslim practice in that constituency. And I'm saying, as their research people, I'm not the research person for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. When the Chief Imam, okay, was doing billboard campaigning against sports betting, you as a Muslim candidate were telling the Muslim community remove taxes on sports betting. Are you serious? You want to get the trust of the Muslim community?
Dr. Razak Kojo Poku and Motin and kind of